everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jem, I'm 42 and live in northwest England, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I'm here documenting my weight loss journey with Mounjaro, and throughout the month of April I'm doing an upload every day. And I had planned on doing a what I eat in a day today, but yeah, I've been off for 5 days and then back to work today working from home, and had planned on filming everything I was eating, but it's just been one of those days where it's been a bit manic. Work was really busy and yeah, it just didn't happen. So I've been sat here thinking, well, I don't want to leave today and not do an upload, so what can I talk about? And then that got me thinking about something that's been on my mind recently, and that is telling other people about whether I'm on this medication or not. So the reason I've been thinking about this lately is because people have started to notice in my real life that, you know, I've lost weight. So people in work have noticed, and people when I'm dropping my boy off at school, so I get to drop him off at school on a Wednesday morning, which I absolutely love. And I know some of the other parents, and so I've had some comments there saying how well I'm doing and things like that. And yeah, I haven't had the question yet of how am I doing it, but I know it will come. And I thought, well, how am I going to answer that? Am I going to be open and honest and say I'm on weight loss medication or not? Now, the reason I'm thinking about that is not because I'm ashamed of it or anything like that. It's because, can I be bothered? Can I be bothered to explain myself? Because I know the judgment will come. The reason I know the judgment will come is because of the judgment we see on social media. So whether it's on Facebook or whatever social media platform, where you, for example, will see some of the pharmacy advertisements for their weight loss medication, and you only have to go on the comments and see all the negativity there towards them and towards people taking them, which can be quite hard to read. And when I very first started this journey, I used to get quite, not upset, but yeah, no, actually I did. I used to get upset when I was reading those, thinking like, oh, you've no idea. And those, the type of comments I mean typically are, you just need to go to the gym. Why don't you just go to the gym? Save all your money. You just need to eat less and move more. You've just got no willpower. You just need to find some willpower. And I'm now nearly 6 months into this journey and have so much more understanding of the reasons why people are big and get bigger. And obviously I've been big all my adult life. I've yo-yo dieted and been up and down, but mainly up. And now I look at these comments and I just think, they have no idea that the struggles that we have as obese people, and it's not even obese people, people who have obesity. The people making these comments have no idea. They can't have, because they wouldn't make these comments. I understand that other people make comments because they're fearful of the medications and because they've heard the horror stories and they've heard of people having really bad side effects and things like that, but that's a whole different thing. I'm mainly talking about the people who are ignorant, basically, to the struggles that us that have the disease of obesity struggle with. And those can be the food noise, the cravings, and the food noise is the worst thing, isn't it? It's that thing of constantly thinking about food, constantly thinking about what you're going to have for your next meal, about the chocolate that's in the kitchen, or, you know, that bit of cake that you had left that, you know, you're not going to stop thinking about until you've gone and devoured the lot. The binge eating and all that sort of thing. And they can't understand that, because if they did, they wouldn't make those type of comments, and they've probably never struggled with those type of things their entire life, which most of us have. So that kind of thing doesn't bother me as much anymore. When I read those, I just think they're just ignorant to it. And what I have noticed in the last 6 months is that those comments are becoming less and less, and there's a lot more comments, positive comments on there about how well people are doing on the medication, how it's changing their lives, how it's giving them energy and making them feel better, and how much weight they've lost, and the confidence that they have, and things. And that is so lovely to see. But I do think the judgment is still there, which makes me not worried to tell people. But I just think, can I be bothered to like try and explain myself to people? And we shouldn't have to think like that, should we? But that got me on to thinking how the way I've seen those comments starting to shift, I think the general population's opinions starting to shift, and people are starting to have a bit more of an understanding of obesity. I think that's down to a lot of news reports and things. I know they've had bits on This Morning and on like the morning television programs and things, which I don't get to watch because I'm always at work, but they do flash up on my YouTube. I know Vanessa Feltz has done a few things talking about the weight loss jabs and the positive things with them, and I do think it's starting to shift, which is so nice to see, because I'm hoping that one day we will feel free enough to just say, yeah, I lost it with the help of a weight loss medication. I didn't lose it because of the weight loss medication. I used the weight loss medication as a tool, but it helped me lose the weight that I needed to lose. And I can only see that as a positive thing, because there has been so much negativity with it. And I think there will always be a certain amount of negativity with it. I think there will always be a certain amount of people that will never understand it, that will always be the thing of, well, you just need to eat less and move more, and these medications are dangerous, and they only listen to what they want to hear, which is the negative side of the jabs, and they don't listen to the positive sides and how many lives this is changing for the better. I mean, we look at obesity as a chronic disease, which I don't think it's recognised as a chronic disease in Britain yet, but I think we're on our way to that. But it is recognised as a chronic disease, I'm sure, in America. But, you know, we're getting there. We're getting to the point where it is seen as that, which it is. You know, if I could have lost the weight the first time round and kept it off and not had to deal with the horrible things that obesity brings with it, the food noise, the cravings and all the rest of it, then that would have been great. But I have a condition that means I needed help, and my help has been this medication, Mounjaro in my case, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't feel guilty about it. I'm proud of the fact that I've done it and that it's helped me. And yeah, so it is a tool at the end of the day. It's definitely not a quick fix. It can be. I know some people do use it as a quick fix. I personally don't necessarily agree with that, and think that it should be done in a way where it is used as a tool so that you can learn new healthy lifestyle and you can do your exercises. I know that not everybody can exercise, but if you're able to, you know, do that strength training, do a bit of cardio, whatever it is that you want to do, go and do a dance class or a whatever, boxercise class or whatever it is that you want to do, and just go for a walk, get yourself swimming, or, you know, there's plenty of things that you can do if you're able. But, you know, prioritizing your protein and all that sort of thing to make sure that you're doing this in a healthy way. And it is a tool and not this magic quick fix. that I think is what gives it the negative name as well, unfortunately. And yeah, I just personally, I don't agree that it should be used that way. I think that this drug is life-changing for people with obesity, you know, people with type 2 diabetes. It can help put them into remission, hopefully, and they can come off the diabetes medication, because, you know, they're losing the weight, which is then getting the diabetes under control and things. It's, with me, it's helped with my PCOS. I did a video the other night about how, or it's last night actually, how I feel that my symptoms are a lot more under control because of Mounjaro. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Are you telling people, or is it something that you're not completely comfortable with telling people? Is it similar to me, where you just can't be bothered to sort of go through the whys and the, you know, explaining about obesity and all that sort of thing? I think because, just going back to that, I think it's because society, the way society is, it's that thing of people who are obese are just seen as, you know, that they've got no willpower, they're just lazy, greedy, whatever, and it's just so untrue. But that's what keeps coming back into my head. It's, you know, if I see an old school friend or something, and they see me and they're like, oh, you've lost weight, and how have you managed that? And, you know, do I really want to go into the ins and outs of the medications and how they work and how it's worked for me? And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how I would feel about this in another 6 months' time, because it has changed so much within these past 6 months. Will it be a completely different story in another 6 months' time? I'd like to think so. Like I say, I definitely think it is shifting and people have a much better understanding of it. But yeah, sorry guys, it's been a bit of a rambly one tonight, but it's just something that's been on my mind, and I know, you know, I'm getting nearer to my goal weight, and I know that these questions are going to come from people in my real life, and maybe I'll just say to them, go, here's my YouTube channel, why don't you go and have a look? You can watch my whole journey. Yes, it might not be a bad thing to do that, but, you know, all jokes aside, I would love to know your thoughts and feelings on this. So drop me a comment below and let's have a chat. We've got a fantastic community here, so if you're not already subscribed, please do. And if you have liked the video, sorry, I know it was rambly, but give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys, for my week 24 weigh-in. I cannot believe it's week 24, which I class as 6 months. So technically I know 6 months is week 26, but I class every 4 week period as a month. So yeah, it's my 6 month update tomorrow, and I'm very excited to get up in the morning, get the tape measure out, because I do that 4 weekly as well, and get on them scales and see how I've done this week. And I will fill you all in tomorrow night. Hope you're all having a fantastic week, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.